Hey everyone, so our problem for today is move zeros to beginning. So the problem statement says that given an array nums, write a function to move all zeros to the beginning of it. The relative order of the non-zero elements in the results are not important. So the first statement says that we just need to move all zeros to the beginning. So here we can notice we have two zeros. So now it's at the beginning for the output. And for the relative order of the non-zero elements, so say 1, 5, 3, and 4, it doesn't matter where it is in the array. So in our example, it's currently in order 1, 5, 3, then 4, but it is also valid to have a result such as 3, 5, 4, and then 1. Okay? Later on, we will have another example where we can see how we can solve this while maintaining their relative order. One thing to take note here is that we must do this in place, meaning that our result must be using the same array. We cannot create a new temporary array or buffer array for this. Alright? Reason for this is that there is a solution wherein we create an array, a temporary array, and then all the zeros, we put it in the beginning, and then all of the non-zeros has to be added from the end. 4, 3, 1, 5. Okay. The problem here though is that this will take additional O of n space while we are expecting to have only O of 1. The solution that we are gonna approach here is this. So given an array 1, 5, let's use a different color. Given an array 1, 5, 3, 0, 0, and then 4, we will have a cursor pointing here. This will be our insert position. So basically, we want the zeros to move to the beginning. So each time we see a 0 value, we'll put it in our current insert position. And once we have added a 0 there, we will move it to the right. So okay, so let's do a quick example. So currently we are 1, so we will just skip that, and then 5, we will just skip that because it's not 0. 3, it's not 0 as well. Now we are at 0. So once we see 0, we will do a swap of these two. So what will happen is 1 will be moved here, while 0 will be here. And then we will move our insert position forward. So this will be our new insert position. Now we will check the remaining numbers in the array. So we are now here at 0. And then see, we see another 0. So we are gonna do another swap. So we swap these two. And then this will become 0. And then this will become 5. 0 and then 5. Now we check the last number. Oh, our insert position is now here. Okay, so we see that this is 4, so we don't need to swap, and then it's the end of the array. And as you can see, we did it in place, so we only use O of 1 space. For our time complexity, it is O of n, because we have to go through all the single values in the array. So how are we gonna implement that in a code? Okay, so it says here we are given an array nums, right? So let's do that. Public void because we are just using the same input. Move zeros, and then int nums. Okay. Now what we're going to do is define our insert position, which is 0. So it's this one. And then we're going to loop through the entire array. So for int I equal to 0, I is less than nums.length, and then I++. Okay. Now we need to check if the current value in nums I is equal to 0. So if it is, what we're going to do is swap it So swap, you have to pass nums, and then I, and then the insert position. Okay. And then, actually, after swapping it, we need to increment the insert position. We have to move it to the right. Insert position plus plus. Okay, we just need to increment it. Now, let's implement the swap method. So for the swap, it's very simple. So for our utility functions, it's better to actually make them private. So swap int nums, and then int I and int j. So very simple, just swap, create a temporary variable to hold the value of I, assign the value of j to I, so I will be now equal to nums j, and finally nums j will be equal to temp. Okay, so this function basically is doing just a simple swap. So few things that you may like to consider here is that what if the value of the number, the length of nums is empty, or nums is null. So I think that's it. And then maybe few more test cases. What if all of the values are zeros, and then all of the values are non-zeros? Okay. If we're gonna take a look at our current test cases here, we are handling this, yes, and then we're handling this as well, and then we are handling this too. For null, we just need to add and check here. If null, then return. Okay. And then basically that's it. So if you have any questions, just comment it down below, and see you again next time. Bye bye.